Seeing no other questions for Alan, is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on this item?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. My name is Bob Weeks. The address is 2451 Regency Lakes Court in Wichita. And I think that when considering the sale of city-owned land, the city really has an obligation to get the best deal possible for the actual owners of the land, which of course are the citizens of Wichita. But it seems, according to the agenda report today, that the city has already decided on a single buyer for this land, the YMCA. Now, with only one buyer and a seller whose leader has stated that it is seeking a partnership with that buyer, citizens are entitled to wonder if their interests will be protected. Citizens should ask if these negotiations are going to be conducted at arm's length. And a side question there is, well, what does a partnership with the YMCA mean? Is the city planning to do something else besides simply selling it the land? But so how can Wichitans be sure that the city strikes a good bargain for its citizens? Well, today's Wichita Eagle editorial is titled, Ask Questions About YMCA Proposal. The problem is that we don't know what questions to ask. We citizens need some help with this. Mr. Mayor, at your State of the City address last week, you said, this city council wants to keep building public trust in government. You also mentioned a desire for greater transparency. Right now, we have a great opportunity to start down on that path, and I can think of a few ways right now. One way the city can help achieve greater transparency is to release the terms of the offers received for this property last year. A second way is to conduct the negotiations with the YMCA in the open. Invite news media and citizens to observe. Let citizens ask questions. Release draft agreements before they're finalized. Even televise this on Channel 7. Now, since there is only one buyer, there is no need to keep negotiations secret. There is no other buyer that could gain from learning details of the negotiations as there would be if there were multiple buyers. Measures like this will let citizens and news media ask the right questions as the negotiations proceed. Otherwise, the deal will be struck, and then it's too late for questions. Thank you.
First of all, I think that there were more than one individual that applied for the land. Am I correct, Alan? When we sent out the RFP for the land?
Yeah, yes, you're correct, Mayor. That
there was more than one
other proposal that was received.
And that was done during what time frame?
Well,
during August?
It was after August. The specific offer was made in October of this year.
Okay. And I guess the other portion is
of last year.
Through analysis, and what we do is when we send out an RFP, every person your requirement is make the best offer that you can possibly make. And it's not like, well, we're going to come back and we're going to renegotiate with you. Yours would have been better if you had done this, and then give you that opportunity. We ask you, make the best offer that you can make. And it's like a silent bid. And we look at those and we try to determine, have the staff, the experts, in trying to figure out what's the best return on the dollar. And from that standpoint, after they go through that process, then they come to that conclusion, okay, this is what would be in the best interest, or they say, none of these are good. So I think that particular portion is done. It's not just one person that has actually applied. It was actually two that actually applied. Now, any citizen has any opportunity to be able to apply. Any idea that they may have or any recommendation that they may have, they have the opportunity. I have the opportunity, I can apply. I probably can't vote on it. I'm sure that I can't vote on it. If I have an idea or I submit, a recommendation or idea, but you have that exact same right to be able to do that if there's something that you're wanting to do. It's just, we go out and we try to find out what the best idea is and what's financially capable. And now what we're asking is, the YMCA did provide the best recommendation, the best idea, and they do have the right to come and sit down to talk with you, to tell you what they actually offered. And then from that standpoint, what we're asking today is the staff to be able to go into negotiations, to meet with them, and to bring it back and say, this is what we come up with. And the final decision is made right here among the 7 of us. Decision is not in a closed door meeting. It's the decision is made right here, openly, publicly, defining, itemized, detail by detail as to what's going on and what's happening. So I wanted to make sure that we made that clear, that that's how things are actually going, and they're trying to figure out what the details of the negotiation are. And as I said, the YMCA or whoever the other person was, they have the right. It's their business. They can tell you what they actually offered the city or what they submitted in their bid. They can provide you with a copy if they choose to do so.
Well, Mr. Mayor, would you, the city, provide us with that? I think if we're trying to get market value for this property, which I agree with Councilmember Skelton is something that is in the best interest of the City of Wichita, there were 2 offers made last year, legitimate offers presumably. Why can't we learn about the details of those, and that would help provide a base or a benchmark as to judge whether the deal the city is going to negotiate with the YMCA is at a market value. That's what I'm concerned about, Mr. Mayor.
It's just like with any business, and just like with you and your business. If it's something that you want to disclose and you want to tell individuals what it was, then you're more than welcome to do that. And these individuals have that exact same right to disclose what's going on. Now, once a decision has been made that this is the direction that the city is going, and no decision has happened until the 7 members here actually cast that vote or have that discussion up here, you have the right to go and ask them, and it's their right to be able to disclose that, just like it is your right to disclose your business or your personal business or whatever you're doing with anybody you choose to disclose it with.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.